Good morning, student. I am your Bijaya. Welcome to class 7 and welcome to my class. Today, I'm going to introduce the first chapter of history. Dear student, right now you are in class 7. From class 6, already you have started learning history. So, you have already acquainted with the subject and the content of history. But one thing I want to tell you here, whatever the subject and content of history and civics is there in class 7 is quite interesting. Hence, you are really going to enjoy in all my classes. So let's begin. This is the cover page of social science, We and Our World. The first chapter of history, that is in page number 69, and chapter number 9 is medieval period. In this lesson, we are going to introduce about the first chapter. So, in the first lesson, I am going to discuss only the first two paragraphs of this particular page. Before going to discuss about this chapter, I want to ask you one question. Can you define history? Yes, history can be defined as a systematic description of the past events. History is very systematic. It is described in a very systematic manner. History can be also defined as a study of past events in a systematic manner. History can also be defined as a chronological study of past events. One important thing about history is whatever the subject and the content or the informations we are learning from a history book is not based on imagination, it is based on fact. For example, if we are learning about an event from a history book, it's based on a fact. It means we can prove it. This particular event will occur in a particular period of time in the past. We have evidence about that particular event. So, history can be defined as a systematic description of the past event. It is based on fact, not on imagination. Dear student, several times question arises in our mind. History is all about the past event. Why we are learning about the past event which has already occurred in the past, and we are learning about that past event in the present time. So answer to this question, I have one video for you. Let's enjoy it. So from this particular video, you have observed that history tells us many things. Whatever our ancestors they have done the mistake, it makes us aware, so that we should not repeat the mistake again. Our identity, if we want to know our identity, we have to know about our past. History have a lots of scope in job opportunity also. A lot of informations we are getting from history. So about the importance of studying history and it's important in our life, I have another video for you. So let's enjoy that one also.
It matters because it can provide us with solutions to many of the problems of the present. At its best, history is there to introduce us to some of the things we need, but that aren't sufficiently visible in the world today. As a society, we're very obsessed by what we're up to right now. Unknowingly, we're hugely biased towards the present. The news, which is about the most prestigious force in the world today, circles obsessively around some of the things that have happened in the last 5 minutes. And yet, many of the most important things that we need to nourish, sustain, and inspire us are a lot older. What we nowadays need, above all else, are good ideas, and history is full of them. Imagine you're dissatisfied with aspects of contemporary capitalism. It might help hugely to read about the history of the Levellers, a group of English radicals writing and acting between 1645 and 1650. Or if you question what the point of going on holiday is, you might dramatically enrich your thoughts by considering the history of pilgrimage, especially the motives which people had for trekking off to visit distant shrines. History teaches us that things can change. People haven't always been as they are now, materialistic and work-obsessed, unable to build nice architecture, over-concerned with being connected or hung up on being absurdly thin. There's an annoying saying that goes, those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. But that's suggesting the only thing history is full of is mistakes. Yet it's as fair to say, those who don't know history won't be able to improve the present. History can also teach us courage. It's easy to feel when you're pressed right up against the present that things are exceptionally awful right now. But they rarely are once you open the lens wide enough. The present isn't unusual in its levels of mediocrity and compromise. Once you read the letters, the old guys were just as bad. And though our challenges are of course great, they aren't exceptional when compared with, say, those facing the survivors of the sacrifice.
So from here, both this video we have learned that a lot of importance is there by studying history in our life. History provides us courage, appreciation. It makes us a person having mistake less. It motivates us. You must have find many motivational speakers whenever they deliver their speech, they took a lot of historical events. Many events which provides us a lot of courage. History is all about the success and the failure of different events. So we accept the success one, and from the failure events we learn that these are the mistakes we should not repeat in the present time. So it corrects us in the present day also. Hence, history can be defined from history not just about the past. History itself is the present. So already we have acquainted and we have very clear about the definition of history and its content and its importance in our life. So let's discuss about the content whatever it is there in our book. First things here we are going to discuss, that is history is generally divided into 3 periods. And the 3 periods are the ancient period, the medieval period and the modern period. And dear student, already we have learned about the ancient period of Indian history in our previous class, that is in class 6. So in this class we are going to discuss about the medieval period. And obviously in class 8 we are going to discuss about the modern period. So let's discuss about the present topic about the medieval period. Dear student, here we have a categorizations of period. It means the medieval period is considered, the time period is considered, it is different in Europe and it is different in India. In Europe, the period from 5th to 15th century CE is known as medieval period, but our country India, the period from 8th to 18th century CE is known as medieval period. Your question may be asked to you, categorize the medieval period in Europe and India. You have to mention there the time period. With that, in Europe, the medieval period, it is from 5th to 15th century, and it is in India from 8th to 18th century. Very easy to remember. 5th to 15th century CE, it is in Europe, considered as medieval period, and 8th to 18th century CE, the time period, in India, it is considered as medieval period. So try to remember it. 5th to 15th century CE, the time period is considered as medieval period, it is in Europe, and it is in India. 8th to 18th century CE, the time period is considered as medieval period. Dear student, here I want to discuss this particular concept also. This concept is not there in your book, but I want to have a clear idea in your mind. I want to inculcate this idea about the distinguish between ancient period and the medieval period. First thing, the period from prehistoric times to 7th century CE, that is considered as ancient period. We have learned in class 6 from prehistoric period, where the information was not there about our past. That is called as prehistoric period. From the archaeological evidence, we got information from there. So the period from prehistoric times to 7th century CE, that is considered as ancient period in our country India, and the medieval period is 8th to 18th century CE. What about the use of tools? Generally in ancient period, people they use stone tools, but in medieval period, people develop metal weapons. What about the rulers? Yes, most of the rulers in ancient period, they follow Hindu religion. It means most of the rulers belongs to Hindu religion. But in medieval period, it is found that most of the rulers are from Islam religion. So we may call as their existence of Muslim rulers in medieval period. Here we can find as a major religions Hinduism, Buddhism. Other religions are also there, but major religions in ancient period Hinduism and Buddhism. But in medieval period, major religions are Islam religion and Hinduism. Trade. Generally in ancient period, already we have learned agriculture started. When agriculture started and coinage system it was developed, people started developing trade. So trade began in this particular phase of Indian history, and later it encouraged to the foreign rulers and traders to come and trade in our country India. So here in medieval period, there seems to be the coming of foreign rulers with traders. So this is all about the distinction between ancient period and medieval period. I hope you got it. Next things about so today in this way we are going to come to the end of the present lesson. This much we learn today. Here homework for you. You have to define history, and I have two questions for you. You have to categorize. Mention the time period that considered as medieval period in Europe. Another question, mention the time period that considered as medieval period in India. You have to mention the time period. You have to find out from the book and from the slide. And at last you have to distinguish between ancient and the medieval Indian history. Thank you. And dear student, if you are having any query, any doubts regarding the content, if you are unable to understand, so you can have my contact number here, my WhatsApp number, that is 7873214463. So thank you dear student. Thank you. Have a